Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be teaching the best possible keybinds you can have in 2018 and Season 6. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so for the very first keybind, as you guys can see in the bottom right corner of my screen, I do have Q, C, E, lock, and H. Now, I'm just going to flat out say this right now. These are my opinion, and these are the keybinds I've pretty much been using from the start of Fortnite. And I think that these will really improve your building if you're struggling to find out which keybinds to use, if you're new to PC, and stuff like that. The two buttons I recommend for using walls and stairs, you're going to want to use Q for walls and E for stairs. Now, the reason that I don't put my guns onto my keyboard is because I associate weapons, shooting, firing, and everything on my mouse, and I associate building, moving, and everything on my keyboard. I kind of just take each part of my brain and I put it on, and I split it in half. So I know that always my keybinds on my keyboard will be for building, and the keybinds on my mouse will be for shooting. Does that make sense? Okay. So now, with that confusion out of the way, I personally think it's going to be the best thing to do for you to use Q and E for your walls and stairs, because they're right next to your W key. So while you're moving, while you're moving and someone's shooting at you, it's easier to hit Q and turn than it would be to, say, maybe use something on your mouse and stuff like that, and you're trying to use your keyboard, to figure out which weapons to shoot and stuff like that. I think it's just a lot easier to separate them into two different entities and not have a mixture between the two. Now, another thing you can do is you can use C for the floor, which is, I know, something a lot of creators use. I know a lot of pro players use C, and it's something that is widely one of the most used binds in Fortnite. So now, the reason why people choose C is because it's something so easy for you to just try it right now, bring your index finger down from D. It's just one little shrink down, and you're on C. So while you're moving sideways or something like that, alright, what you're going to do is you're going to slide down, boom, C's right there. So pretty much these binds that I'm showing you are in the general area of WASD. They're not really straying far away. Same with the pyramid as caps lock. I don't think I've seen anyone use caps lock. This is always my in-game voice key, but for now I'm using it as my my pyramid, and I'm using my middle mouse button to talk. So I mean, I really don't do fill that often. So now I know a couple of you guys are going to be saying, but Sean, Versary Sean, you have T as one of your weapons. Yes, that is true. Now, the reason why I have it as T is because I have binded T on my mouse. So that's something that I can use. So when I click T, I could also click T on my keyboard, but I have it binded as to one of my many buttons on my mouse. So, I mean, that's a program I have specific for my mouse. I have a Logitech G502. If you guys have that, you can download Logitech gaming software and kind of just rebind it from there, and kind of just move on and go from there. But yeah, so pretty much I think this is the most user-friendly style of building, and I think that once you get into it, it just becomes like second nature. Go into a playgrounds, practice, and yeah, oh, and how can I forget? Trap and edit. I keep edit as G because it is right next to my use key, so it's just something that I've always kept the same. I know a lot of people will use they'll use Alt, or they'll use something like that, but I don't personally think that, you know, it's kind of like engraved in my head to use G for edit, so I kind of don't really mess with it. You know, I've kind of just kept it to how it's been. For this final bind, I guess you could say, trap is pretty much personal preference. If you want to use something on your mouse, feel free. If you want to, I use H because I don't know. I just use H. I kind of like H. Yeah, no, I think H is a good button to use, but I mean, like I said, that button is purely down for personal preference, just like every single one of these buttons. So if we have different opinions, that's perfectly fine, but I just wanted to express and show my viewers my keybinds and the ones that I use, because I know everybody's always asking me in the live stream, Versary, what are your keybinds, what do you use, and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys want any more kind of like tutorials, or you guys have any other questions, please feel free to go down below, ask them, and I would love to show you guys. So I've been your boy Versary. I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Back again like I never left. Young Sinai said us to the death. We turned up till we go deaf. Rap packs on my last breath. I cut records like Kid Cudi.